What's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest edition of the Takeaways podcast. Today, I've got you all rated up with the Raiderettes director Tiphanie McNiff, and I will also be joined by Raider superfan Violator. Wayne Mabry is going to join me and give his thoughts on what's to come here with the NFL draft. We've got you loaded this week with shows. We'll be covering everything from the headquarters as well as around town. So keep up with everything on VegasNation.com, which is brought to you by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download that mobile app today. As I said, I've got great guests here joining me today. Let's start it off with Raiderettes director Tiphanie McNiff. She's going to talk all about what's to come with the Raiderettes auditions here in Las Vegas starting on May 13th. The process takes an entire week. So here she is breaking down all of the things to come with the Raiderettes and their latest auditions. You are the definition of once a Raider, always a Raider, but Raiderettes, we'll put it that way. When did your career begin with the organization?
I started cheering for the Raiders in 2009 in Oakland through 2014, and it has truly changed the trajectory of my life, and I'm so grateful to be here.
And for the other girls that come in, do they need to know football? Do they have to be also like dedicated to the fan base? Like, what do you look for when it comes to bringing in some of these applicants?
We are looking for team members who are true ambassadors of the organization and just exude what it means to represent the silver and black with pride. And yes, absolutely brush up on your football knowledge and know all things Raiders.
During the games, the girls are on the sidelines. They're doing all these types of routines. How much does it take in terms of hours, dedication, and just the process week to week for the Raiderettes?
We practice about 12 hours a week in addition to doing multiple community appearances. So we do about over 200 appearances a year, and we're out in the community. So it's more than just dance. It's truly being a brand ambassador as well.
When it comes to having the girls come back from last year, do they also go through the audition process?
Everyone has to re-audition, rookie or vet, and fight for their spot every single year.
Wow, there's a lot of awards for the Raiderettes as well throughout the season. Can you speak to some of those and just how much that means to your group of ladies that work so hard every day and what some of them are?
Yeah, well, at the end of the year, we have Rookie of the Year and Dancer of the Year, who are voted on by the team and coaching staff, in addition to our Pro Bowl cheerleader that encompasses what it means to be a Raiderette, someone who is a great teammate on and off the field, and just really sets the bar for our team. In addition to that, we have the Winetta Horton Award, which is in honor of a past Raiderette, Winetta Horton, and really it's the most inspirational.
How impressed were you with Allegiant Stadium and just the dedications that they have inside to the Raiderettes and the history of them?
They pulled out absolutely all the stops when they made this stadium and took the Raiderettes into so much consideration. I am forever grateful for Mark Davis and the thought that he put into just giving us the best of the best. We have a world-class facility, we have a dance studio, and our stadium truly honors all past, present Raiderettes. It's beautiful. It takes you down the whole history of what it means to be a Raiderette, and you look on those walls, and it's so special. I was honored when I walked in there for the first time and saw it. I couldn't believe this is what we had, and I was there with my 3-year-old daughter who got to see Mommy on the Wall back in, my glory days, but Mommy on the Wall, which is, truly touching, and it means a lot that we mean a lot.
And it's also been part of the games. You had the anniversary dance last year. What was that like to bring back all of these Raiderettes for that?
I think that is a moment I will remember for the rest of my life. Not only was it my first game as director, but 600 of us were on the field dancing together as a unit. We had members from the original 1960 team dating all the way up to the current squad. And I was there dancing alongside my coaches, with my parents in the stands and my daughter, and it's truly it is truly a family here. And when they say once a Raider, always a Raider, they really mean it. And just the fact that almost 600 women came out for this shows you how much we value and love the organization that we have all worked for.
Now, to become a part of that again, the applicant process, as you said, begins in a few weeks. But what does it take for a lady to become a Raiderette as far as technical skill, knowledge and dance, things like that?
Well, in order to become a Raiderette, we're looking for someone not just who is an incredible dancer, again, but who is an amazing ambassador. But you need to have some basic dance skills, high kicks, double turns. But we're looking for people who are natural performers that can show us their passion and energy that they have for, dance. And I can make anyone great. So we're just looking for the best of the best out there.
How does it take for when you go in to apply and then you come in through the preliminary process? Can you explain what it takes to get from May 13th to May 20th throughout the audition process?
So before May 13th, we send out a video with all the choreography where you'll learn a quick 1-minute routine, and then you'll come and audition it on May the 13th, 3 at a time. The judges will make a cut, and then throughout the week we'll do an interview portion and learn more routines, and there will be cut after interviews, and then we will go into finals with about 50 applicants and finish with 32.
Wow. How different is this process from when you auditioned? I'm just curious because I have a couple of friends that were actually Raiderettes, and when they went through the process, they said they were in a huge auditorium, so this seems a little bit different.
Yeah, it has grown and, leveled up over the years, but I loved my experience in Oakland. We started with an interview portion, and then we went on to learn a dance and another interview. So very similar process, but now we actually have a 1-minute solo routine in addition, which showcases each dancer's individual style and personality. We really want to get to know them as people.
And so what makes somebody stand out as you go through? You mentioned a few things there, personality, but just what makes the package?
I think someone who's poised, polished, professional, and really just showcases who they are as a person. There's no mold and box to fit in to be a Raiderette. We truly value diversity, and we want to see who you are as a person. So you may be very different from the woman standing next to you, but that is what makes this truly special. We want you to show the best version of yourself.
That's great. So just lastly, can you give out all of the information that anybody would need who's interested in applying to become a Raiderette?
Yes, visit Raiders.com, click the Raiderettes tab under auditions. You'll be able to fill out the application, and we will see you on May 13th at Allegiant Stadium.
Up now, we have Wayne Mabry, who is a Hall of Fame Raiders fan. He's going to break down what's happening around Las Vegas with the NFL draft, parties, things fans can attend. He knows what's going on. So here's Wayne Mabry, Violator, telling us what to look for in Las Vegas if you're coming in as a Raiders fan during the NFL draft.
We'll start off with the Black Holes draft party on Thursday. That's at the Palms Casino Resort. Doors open at 4 o'clock. There'll be NFL legends there. We're also supporting NFL alumni and MG52 Foundation. Caring for kids, that's their motto.
Wow. So as always, Raider Nation will be out here during draft week in Las Vegas doing a lot for just the nation itself, trying to keep everybody excited about what's happening. For you, what's your feeling right now ahead of the draft?
I'm anticipating it like Christmas when I was about 6 years old. Just the anticipation, the suspense, and of course all of the intrigue that's out there amongst all of these draftees for this year. And I know, like the rest of Raider Nation or most of Raider Nation, we're hoping that we go heavy on defense.
That first pick, everybody's wondering what's going to happen with that first pick. When you look at number 7, do you hope that they trade down? Do you hope that they stay at 7 and go defense? What do you want to see happen with number 7?
I'm going to give you 2 different scenarios.
Okay.
If one of these, blue chip players happen to fall to us at 7, pull the trigger. Otherwise, trade back, gain more draft picks, and then we have like the pick of the litter all the way through 2nd and 3rd and 4th rounds. That's where you get your meat and potato guys anyway.
Do you hope that they go after a quarterback in this draft, or are you feeling comfortable with Jimmy Garoppolo as a bridge with Brian Hoyer to back him up?
I don't mind a quarterback, but me personally, I hope they wait till next year's draft. There's a lot better class of quarterbacks coming out.
I know you know your stuff when it comes to the Raiders. What was your overall feeling on last season? I know everybody had high hopes, big anticipation for what could come. What was your overall feeling? You were at most of the games. I know you watched every single one. So what did you feel once the season concluded?
I think we underachieved greatly. That's the way I'm going to put it in a nutshell. Very disappointed in the outcome. Um, whether there was something going on in the locker room, us fans are smarter than most people give us credit for. But besides all of that, on Sundays or whenever we played, it's trying to take care of business, and we've fallen way short of the bar that most of us have set for this team.
With Josh Jacobs and the franchise tag still not signed, are you feeling nervous at all about that situation as a fan waiting for Josh to come through to the offseason workouts?
Feeling a little bit concerned, Heidi, because of this fact. The guy has proven himself year after year. He's a bona fide stud. The whole league knows it. And I would hate to see him go somewhere else in our division where we'd have to face him twice a year.
Yeah. And
So,
that's
so my thing is pay the man.
That's interesting you bring that up. Lots has changed with the AFC. Is there anything in particular right now that really kind of piqued your radar, like with Sean Payton going into being the head coach of the Broncos, or with even just AFC outside of the AFC West with Aaron Rodgers being traded to the Jets? What have been kind of your thoughts on some of the offseason moves by other teams?
They're aggressive moves, they're strategic moves, and everybody's vying to turn their, organizations around. All we have is we're just hoping that they nail this thing. I'm looking at the number of draft picks that we have at our disposal as of now, because come Thursday there could be some trades, and who knows? That's the beauty of why we watch the draft. It's just like watching a game. You really don't know the outcome. Um, but I'm just hoping that I'm saying we, but they, because I'm not in the room, but I have my list of draftees that I would pick where I'm in the war room. And if you got time, I could list some of those.
Oh, I
I've
would
got,
love the list. Are you kidding me? Give me
uh,
Violator's list. I want to have it.
okay, okay.
Let's go.
Here we go. I'm going to go two at each position, and it's all defense.
Let's
So
go.
I've got Devin Weatherspoon, Christian Gonzalez, corners. D tackle, if by some prayer Jalen Carter falls to us, don't let this guy get out of the room. He's the next Darrell Russell that we had back in the day, for those of you who remember that. Also, Mozzie Smith out of Michigan.
Okay.
I like his motor. That's D tackles. Linebackers, I've got Jack Campbell out of Iowa and Noah Sewell out of Oregon. My safeties, I'm going Jair Brown and Jordan Battle.
Okay. Anything on offense you got for me?
On offense, I've got the left tackle out of Ohio State.
Okay, Paris Johnson. Yeah.
Because we need to enforce that offensive line, and also probably he'll play guard, but Malk, I forget his first name right now, out of Idaho State, I think, or North Dakota State.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy with the guy with the gap and the red hair.
Okay. Can't miss that. Can't miss that.
So he would
right.
look good in that silver and black, and he's got that nasty, which I think we've been missing for a few years.
I like that. Lastly, I wanted to get your take on the offseason moves. Jacoby Myers coming in. You got more Marcus Epps there now. There's a lot of different players that they did bring in. Is there anybody right now that maybe Robert Spillane or somebody else that you said, okay, I'm excited about that?
I got a little excited about Spillane, even though he's not a great cover linebacker, but he's a thumper. And you know me, I like pain, so I like seeing guys that bring that thump. Other than that, all I see is an infusion of former Patriot players who know the system. I'm just hoping they can get half of the guys on my list. I would be one ecstatic Raider fan.
All right. Any words right now for the nation, the message you want to send out to everybody that's watching and listening?
Keep the faith, stay united under the shield. This means everything. And winning cures all.
Love it. Thank you so much, Violator, for the time. I appreciate you very much. And I look forward to seeing you out there. I don't know if I'll get out during the draft week because, they got me locked down at headquarters. But if I can, I'd love to catch up with you sometime soon.
Anytime, Heidi. We go way back. So
Yes. Thank you
long
so
as I
much.
got breath and that attitude right here, we're gonna keep rolling.
The draft is really close here, coming up on us April 27th, Thursday. That'll be 5 p.m. on local time. We will have you covered with a live draft show. Cassie Soto, Sam Gordon, Adam Hill, Ed Graney, Vinny Bonsignor, me. We will all be clocking in with all of the information that you need to keep updated on all things happening with your Raiders from Las Vegas. So make sure to check out vegasnation.com as well as lvrj.com, everyone. For Wayne Mabry and Tiphanie McNiff, I'm Heidi Fang, and thank you so much for tuning in.